What is up, everybody? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. And when will this just stop? It's a really sucky time to cover this kind of news, as yet again another Valorant team has been exposed for some wrongdoings. It's actually a female Valorant lineup now belonging to a brand new brand of their own who has called out their former organization, that being Motif Esports, for sexual harassment, amongst other allegations of racism, and a long list of things, as the girls have now officially left the organization. And shortly after them calling the organization out, the entire org has since disbanded, with several allegations of, like I said, sexual harassment. One player even going further to say there was racism and other bad treatment of the players throughout the entire organization, but especially of these young ladies, which led the entire organization to implode within a few hours of them being called out. So I want you guys to do me a favor, go show support to Karma Valorant. That is all of these ladies actually leaving the organization and starting their own team and now looking for an organization as well. They are a top 25 female Valorant roster. I'm going to read through these allegations. They are obviously very serious, and it's never a good sign when an organization's response is to just delete instead, right? In the same span of 7 days, I got to talk about Noble GG and now this with Motif Esports. It's just sucky to realize this is a side of esports that a lot of people have to deal with. As Joanne was actually one of the first to speak up and left it pretty short, saying, leaving Motif Esports, I didn't want to write one of these, but I feel like it'll explain my situation. I joined Motif Esports to create a female Valorant team for them. I built the most amazing roster and we performed so well in VCT Game Changers, so this might come as a shock to some people. In my time at Motif, I was sexually harassed by the org founder. It was jokes for him, but it wasn't for me and wouldn't be for anyone else. I saw it happen to many girls with my own eyes. Also telling one of your players that she is boosted to one of her teammates and 1 hour before a big VCT game isn't the most professional. I was constantly guilt trapped because I wouldn't duo queue with him. I got sent unprofessional messages about other players, etc. I'm glad to have left with all 4 of my girls and my coach. I feel happy and relieved to be out of that toxic environment already. I would like to thank some people in Motif for being nice and welcoming, but unfortunately, it had to be the founder himself that caused these issues. Obviously, very hardcore allegations to make, saying that she'd received several messages, some inappropriate messages about other players, had felt trapped, guilt tripped into even playing video games with the founder, which, I mean, like what the heck? And also apparently mistreatment of a lot of people, not just herself, which led to her teammate also speaking up in a very long twitlonger I'll probably try and summarize for you guys, as this one came from Rebecca. And amongst this and inside this twitlonger, she actually says similar allegations of harassment as well as racism. She also says it's not just those things. It's few among many others, and I could just talk about. To be honest, I felt like a bird trapped in its cage, never being able to spread my wings and free fly and enjoy my stay in the organization. She later says that apparently nothing was private for these girls. Everything had to be kept in a certain chat. There was no privacy, whether it was people interrupting their practices or their own chats as well. Apparently also having to keep everything on Google Disk to save every single thing. A lot of weird things going on there. And also later saying, I don't even want to talk about the sexual harassment ongoing in the organization. All I can say is that I have personally not been harmed in this case in any way, and all I can say is that I feel very sorry for what the girls had to go through. I have heard only some remarks on me, but nothing as crucial as others. I am really too stunned to speak. And then talking about one of their players apparently undergoing some racism, apparently some different cultures in the organization, the org being UK and one of the players apparently being Turkish, and having to deal with remarks being made towards her, which is obviously awful to hear. And she finishes off by saying, we have not been given anything in the organization, only problems and issues that long lasted and have never been resolved. We have always been promised we will fix it, but the damage has already been done. Our players are damaged by the issues and things that have happened and left us with a very unpleasant experience with the organization and the founder himself, who has never understood our needs or feelings. The number one thing has been broken, and that is understanding we are also human and to have empathy. And like I said, not much of a response from this founder of the organization. The response being one that we see probably far too often is to delete the Twitter account and to disband the organization, so it seems, entirely. Please go support to Karma Valorant. That's the team that these girls have now all gone to and left with their coach. And yes, a rising female Valorant roster out there. Certainly someone. A lot of big teams have wanted these female Valorant rosters, and this one definitely top of mind right now that deserves support for what they went through with this previous organization. It's a constant reminder of the ongoings inside the esports scene, and so I'm grateful that they actually spoke up about this. And look what they did. They saved someone else from having to deal with an awful experience like they unfortunately had to go through. So until next time, what do y'all think about this? Drink up. Okay, bye.